And good morning from Sapulpa Chieftain Stadium here in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. We're here for the semifinal matchup between the Noble Bears and your Elgin Owls. Elgin will be the home team today, looking to advance to the state title later on this evening at 1:30. Duncan will play prior to see who gets to meet the winner of this game in the state championship tomorrow at the Tulsa Drillers field here in Tulsa. This is Vincent Saylor reporting live. Just to give you a heads up, I'm going to be on the computer, camera, and voice of the Owls today, all alone. So we will keep up with the score as best as possible. Do not I know a lot of times we have balls and strikes for you and things like that. Probably not going to be able to keep up with those today. But look forward to bringing you this matchup, the semifinal matchup, to see if your Owls can move on to another state championship game this far. It's been a great year for Elgin Athletics, and we're looking forward to hopefully another state title to bring home to Elgin, Oklahoma. So we're looking forward to this one. Like I said, stick with us. We'll be back. First pitch is set for 11. So, again, this is Vincent Saylor. You're watching Elgin Owl Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Starting lineup for the Elgin Owls.
We're back here in Sapulpa, and I'm going to give you a quick little update of the lineups. Elgin will be the home team. Noble will bat first. In center field for Noble is Bryson Carey. At third, batting second, at third base is Trent Shorts. Pitcher is Weston Randolph. Batting fourth, Colton Williams playing first base. Shortstop Jackson Steely will bat behind him. Catcher Liam Patrick. Next up is second baseman Hayden Clement. And then your DH is Dirks White, it looks like. Right field, Seth Wilson. Also, Dawson Davis playing left field but being DH'd for. As far as we've got Jackson Sutherland on the mound for your Elgin Owls. Jackson is currently leading the team with 7 wins, 7-1 on the season, a 1.719 ERA, and leading the team with 63 strikeouts. Jackson's done a great job all year. Only a sophomore, did a great job last year as well as a freshman, but really coming to his own this year, having a great year, so looking forward to seeing him pitch tonight. As far as the outfield goes, we've got Kaysen Meyer in left field, Ritzenmeyer in center field, and then Caden Boletto in right field. As far as the infield goes, you got third base.
Championship game umpires are Terry Kimmel at home plate, Kyle Johnston at first base.
Give us 1 minute.
At third base. Now, will you please stand and remove your hats for a moment?
We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to name the remainder of your starting infield and get this game underway. Like I said, again, playing for the state title. There we go, and we're back here at Sapulpa. Going to go over those starting lineups again for you real quick. As far as the outfield goes, like I said, Jackson Sutherland behind, going to be pitching today. Behind the plate is Grady Thomas. As far as the outfield goes, you got Casey Meyer in left field, Ritson Meyer in center field, who had a great game yesterday. Named player of the game, went 2 for 3 with a home run, and also pitched 6 1/3 innings as well. Did a great job. Right field, Cade Hillary. Third base, Caden Boletto, moving in from the outfield to third base today with Jackson on the mound. As always, Mason Thornton there at shortstop. Brody Morrison at second base, and Lucas Young at first base. Trace Laura will hit for Caden Boletto in the DH spot, but we'll bring up that lineup when they come up. Elgin has won the toss, and they did pick to be the home team, so they're on the field first, and your Noble Bears will be coming up to bat here shortly, led off by Bryson Carey. Head coach for the Noble Bears, Eric Hughes. Head coach for your Elgin Owls, Levi Garrett. Looking for a big game tonight out of Jackson. Obviously, went with Ritson. Jackson's kind of been that ace all year, kind of 1A and 1B, but decided to go with Ritson yesterday and leaves Jackson available for us today. Looking for a big game out of him. A lot of strikes. Likes to pound the strike zone. Fastball, slider mix. Likes to rely on that slider a lot, but looking for a big one here. Said a trip to the state title on the line in this one. Three umpire crew today, just like yesterday. Looks like we're ready to play balls, ladies and gentlemen.
Leading off, number 6, Bryson Carey.
And Bryson Carey, here comes Jackson with the first pitch. Fouled off. 0-1 count. Sutherland with the ball a little high there, 1-1. Jackson played third base yesterday, did a great job. Had a couple of good plays, one diving play, and one play late in the game. In the sixth inning, pretty good play there as well. So another fouled off his foot right there, brings it to 1-2. Kind of walking that one off a little. Didn't quite hit where that pad is. Thank you for joining us. Tomorrow, the game will be on NHFS. We will not be able to stream it, but you can purchase the championship game if your Elgin Owls are able to make it through NHFS, just like we will not have an audio version only, just like we did during football, but there will be a way for you to watch the game through NHFS tomorrow. Game time is scheduled for 10:30 tomorrow. But I got to get through this one first. 1-2 count, little outside there. Felt like Bob Uecker right there, just a bit outside. So a 2-2 count here. No outs here in the first inning. Jackson in the windup. Oh, a little low, I guess. Jackson's asking where that one was. Could look pretty good from him. But umpire might have said it was a little low. So full count here. Little up right there. Jackson walks the first hitter of the game. Bryson Carey gets on base. Center fielder brings up third baseman Trent Shorts.
Now batting, number 9, Trent Shorts.
So runner on first base. Elgin in their light gray uniforms. Noble actually in dark gray. Tried to lay down a bunt, popped it up. Grady's unable to get over there. So that brings up an 0-1 count for Jackson. Oh, 1. Squares around again, but that one just a little bit outside. One of the big issues is first inning always for a starting pitcher. Once you can get out of that first inning, kind of settle down. So see if Jackson can come back right here, kind of get settled down, get into the ball game. Pickoff attempt. Over there to Lucas Young, kind of under the tag. Not a bad move again right there for Jackson, but Bryson Carey able to get back. Like we said during pregame, Duncan and Pryor will play after this one. Squares around, but no pitch right there because it said it was a balk. Didn't come all the way set, I think is what the umpire is telling Jackson. Had a few balks yesterday in the game. So no, like I said, no pitch right there. Still a 1-1 count, but Bryson Carey moves up to second base. So you've got a runner in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the first. Got to the outside corner right there, makes it 1-2. Grady unable to hold on to that one, but still strike call by the umpire. 1-2 now to third baseman Trent Shorts. A little early start this morning, obviously, with an 11 o'clock start. Jackson steps off the rubber, checking the guy at second base. Shorts is choked up pretty good with 2 strikes here. Just trying to get something in play. Ball gets away from Grady a little. And Bryson's able to move up to third on the pass ball. Fouled off to the right side. Elgin faithful traveled well as always. Looks like I see Coach Wyatt and Coach Castro down there cheering on the baseball team. Another foul ball. Short's doing a good job of hanging in there. Like I said, choked up on the bat right there, protecting the plate with 2 strikes. Two count. Little up. Brings a full count right here. That's going to be a drive to center field. Ritten's on the run, can't get up to it, and then it bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. 1-0 Noble. So Duncan takes the first strike this game. Makes it a 1-0 game. Said ground rule double. Ritson had a beat on it, but just unable to catch it, and then hits this turf field and bounces over the fence.
21, Weston Randolph.
Weston Randolph now up to the plate. Going to be pitching today. Still no outs. A little bit outside right there. 1-0 count. Yeah, still no outs here in the first inning. Jackson kind of in a little bit of trouble here, but trying to work his way out of it in the first inning. It's the last game. Elgin scored 3 runs in the first inning, then gave up 3 in the top of the second, and then coasted for the rest of the way. Good play by Caden Boletto right there. Third base, checks the runner back to second, and gets the out at first to Lucas Young for the first out of the game. Caden Boletto played center field when Ritson was pitching, and today moves into third base.
Number 11.
He's had a great year as a sophomore.
Williams.
Looking forward to seeing what he may be able to do for the Elgin Isle football team in the fall. Is kind of that guy that's looked at right now as maybe QB1, taking over for Trace Laura. Curveball right there over the inside corner, 0-1. Brings up number 11, first baseman Colton Williams. Second, still got a runner on second base after his ground rule double. Looks like he went around right there per the umpire. 0-2 count. Good job of Jackson right there fighting back. Big strikeout right there for Jackson Sutherland. Another curveball, kind of froze Williams. Unable to pull the trigger on that one. Strikeout number 1 for Jackson.
Number 22, Jackson Steely.
Jackson Steely, shortstop, now up to bat. Strike 1 right there, Jackson and Jackson. 0-1, 2 outs here. And after a little bit of a rocky start, Jackson's kind of settled in a little here. Getting Kaysen Meyer. Yeah, just a drive to the left field. Kaysen was unable to catch it cleanly as far as on the first hop, and able to score that runner from second. Makes it 2-0 Noble. Good job of two-out hitting right there, getting that run in from second base by the Noble Bears. 2 outs with a runner on first. Liam Patrick is now up to plate. Fouled back, 0-1. Noble defeated Claremore yesterday in the first game of the quadruple header here at Sapulpa. A little high and outside, 1-1 count. I think the score's 10-3 maybe. Elgin took care of business against little inside right there, 2-1. Elgin took care of Bishop Kelly yesterday, 10-4. Ritson Meyer, the player of the game, 2 for 3 at the plate with a home run, and then pitched 6 in the third innings. Pretty good baseball. Cade Hillary came in and closed it out. So now 2-2, fouled off to the right side, to the left side. Makes it a 2-2 count. Twos are wild. 2-2, 2 outs. Little inside right there. Crowd wanted it. Liam Patrick up, catcher. Left-handed hitting catcher. 3-2, runner will be on the move. Pitch and a little up. So 2-out walk. Runners on first and second, bringing up Hayden Clement, the second baseman. Courtesy runner for the catcher. Said both games yesterday between Noble and Elgin's game, a lot of runs were scored, so I think there will be some runs scored. Like I said, sometimes those first innings get a little jitters get to you, and like I said, not quite settled on the new mound and things. And so let's see if Jackson can kind of get back into the groove. Second baseman Hayden Clement now up. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Top of the first. Noble currently up 2-0. Jackson in the stretch. A little bit outside there. 1-0. Yeah, just not quite comfortable out there yet. With 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Got him. Tried to throw behind the runner at first base. Lucas kind of snuck in there. Umpire said he got in there. So now is a 1-1 count. Yeah, 1-1 count there. Ball was a strike, so 1-1 count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Jackson in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Strike 2, outside corner with the fastball. Noble did a great job yesterday with 2-out hitting, and so far in the first inning got 1 2-out hit to get a run in. A little low, a little out too. So 2-2, again, Deuces Wild. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fouled over here to this side. Umpire needs some more balls. Noble has a good 2-strike approach at the plate. Probably something that they work on pretty well because the 2 games that we've been here so far and been able to watch these guys, they've done a good job with 2 strikes. Yeah. Crowd on the plate. 2-2. 2 outs. Stays inside. Try to get that one to curve over the near side of the plate, but unable to get it all the way back in there. So full count. Runners will be on the move here with 2 outs. There goes the runners. And a strikeout for Jackson Sutherland. So with two runs given up in the first, 2-0 headed into the bottom of the first for Noble. You're watching Elgin Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And we're back here. Headed into the bottom of the first. Noble able to get 2 on the board there in the first inning. See if Elgin can answer back. Your batting lineup for your Elgin Owls: Mason Thornton batting first, Brody Morrison, Ritzenmeyer, Grady Thomas, Cade Hillary, DHing Trace Laura, Lucas Young at first, Jackson Sutherland hitting for himself, and batting ninth in left field, Kason Meyer. Mason Thornton up to bat. Did a great job yesterday. A couple hits, a couple scored runs. Kind of a chopper up the middle there, fielded by the second baseman. 1 away. Pretty good play right there by the second baseman. Brings up Brody Morrison. Brody had a big RBI triple yesterday to take the lead when it was tied 3-3. Tied 3-3 for a while. I think it was either the 5th or 6th inning. Brody was able to get that triple and get Mason in from third base. Squares around the bunt, strike 1. Brody came into the state tournament hitting .351, 4 home runs and 25 RBIs. It's not counting yesterday's game. Need to get with Levi and get some new stats. That one's going to hit Brody, get him on. Good job of taking that one and taking first base. Brings up big Ritzenmeyer. Said game, big home run yesterday. Pitched 6 in the third innings. The junior came into the tournament hitting .484. 2 for 3 yesterday. So probably bumped that average up slightly. Hit his 6th home run of the year. Drove in a couple runs as well. So gets him either 49 or 50 RBIs on the year. Looking forward to Ritson representing Team Oklahoma from July 3rd to July 7th in Omaha, Nebraska. The junior. Ball up a little. Ritson seeing if he can match his dad's junior year. Saw the text from between dad. There you go. There's a drive right there to left field. Gonna be good play out there in left field by the left fielder for Noble. Kind of a diving catch, hit on the screws, but did a good job of getting to that one. Left fielder Dawson Davis right there, loud out. Grady Thomas up to bat. Had a good day yesterday as well, both behind the plate and at the plate. Ball gets away. Same thing yesterday. Brody's going to get all the way to third on this one. Oh, is he? He missed him. Great job by Brody right there, getting under the tag. They're gonna talk this one over with the umpires. Brody kind of did a little dippy-do there and slid under, and not sure if they're going to change this call here, but it's going to be hard to change that, I would think, but there is a meeting at the mound right now between the umpires, seeing if anybody saw anything differently or maybe got out of the baseline or something. Safe. Brody now at third on the errant pickoff throw to first. Got lucky with those a couple times yesterday as well. Mason twice tried to get picked off at first, and the ball was thrown away and got all the way to third. Noble coach is talking right now to the umpire, trying to figure out what was done. See if Grady can get a 2-out hit right here and get the run in, kind of dink into this Noble 2-0 lead. So runner on third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Inside, almost got Grady there as well. Brody at third. Pitcher Weston Randolph kicks and fires, strike. Makes it a 1-1 count. Grady, a senior, headed off to Northwestern Oklahoma State University. Play baseball up there. Down 2-1. Weston tall and rangy out there on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Chopped foul behind him. 2-2 count. Cade coming to get the ball, as you can see there on the screen. Thank you all for watching the Oklahoma Sports Network. Here's 2-2 count. Curveball strikeout will end the inning. We're going to head to the top of the second. Noble up 2-0. You're watching Elgin Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And we're back here for the top of the second. Jackson Sutherland back still on the mound. Little Hotel California playing in the background. Changed up the playlist from my understanding from yesterday. Guys here in the press box, 4 games of the same songs. Decided to mix it up a little. DH Dirks Went now up to bat. Ball 1. See if Jackson can kind of settle himself down and settle himself into this game in the second inning. That one's a little bit outside as well. 2-0 count. Got the outside corner right there. 1-2. 2-1, sorry. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's another good pitch on the outside corner. 2-2. Jackson fought back right there. 2-2 count here. No outs. Top of the second. Noble, as you can see, up 2-0. A little bit outside. Looks like Durant is pulling in, getting ready for their big game against the Duncan Demons. Strike 3. Got him with the curveball right there. Good job of pitching and coming all the way back. The first out of the second inning. I believe that's Jackson's 3rd strikeout of the game. Seth Wilson now at the plate. Strike on the outside corner there, 0-1. Umpires from right down the middle right there, 0-2. Jackson kind of in a little bit of a groove right now. Not wasting much time between pitches. He'll wind up in the pitch. Hey! Just, I guess, a little out, maybe a little low. 1-2. Definitely crowding the plate right here, so see if. Here he goes! Grady did a good job of blocking that one and getting it for Jackson's 4th strikeout of the game. Umpire said he went on that one. Goes back to the top of the order with Bryson Carey. Drew a walk his first time up, I believe. A little bit outside right there. Bryson thought about going at that one. Here's the windup in the pitch. Fouled straight back. Oh, hit it at the top of our press box here. 1-1 count now. Here comes the pitch. That one's probably going to hit the gap. Looks like he's going to try and go to 2. Ritson with the throw. A little bit late. So did a good job of kind of driving that one out to right center field. Ritson wasn't able to get to it. 2-out double. Brings up Trent Shorts, third baseman. A little bit outside there, 1-0. Jackson in the stretch. Little pickoff play to Brody. Got in there. So, 1-0 count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. There he goes. Got him. Way. Good slide underneath there. Under the tag, Caden Boletto. Bryson Carey steals third base. So runner on third base now with 2 outs. 1-1 count. There goes a strike. 1-2. Shorts is now going to choke up a little on the bat. See if they can get another 2-strike magic here for the Noble Bears. Sutherland. All right, so that's another strikeout right there. That's going to be his 5th strikeout of the game. You're watching Elgin Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're getting ready to head to the bottom of the 2nd. Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning. Sapulpa, Oklahoma.
Now batting number 9, Cade Hillary.
Cade Hillary now up to bat. Big lefty, junior. Coming into the state tournament, hitting .355 with 1 home run and 19 RBIs. I know had at least 1 base hit yesterday. Strike right there on the curveball. 1-1 count. Weston Randolph. Cade came in and got the last 2 outs of the game yesterday. That one's going to be fouled. Out of play. There's a decent amount of foul territory here at the new stadium. Stadium, I understand, is about a month old. Great facility. Bleachers will be coming in the near future, is my understanding. Foul back again. Still 1-2. Here comes Trace Lohr to get that foul ball. Trace is relegated to DH duties this week. With a little bit of a elbow arm issue. But had a great game yesterday at the plate. Here goes Cade. Oh, good play by the first baseman right there. And good job by the pitcher of getting over there and covering first. Thought that one was going to get through, but good play by the first baseman and good job by the pitcher of getting over. So brings up the first out of the inning. Brings up Trace Laura. Strike right there on the curveball, 1-0, 0-1. See if Trace can get something going right here with Lucas Young on deck. That's going to be a fly ball to right field. Looks like the right fielder is under it. Oh, got a little bit of a little interesting out there in right field, but was able to get under it and catch it for the second out of the inning. Brings up Lucas Young.
Number 19, Lucas Young.
Lucas, another one of our 2 sports stars. Good on the basketball court as well. Throw down a few dunks in the season. 1-1 right here. Big first baseman. Lucas, a junior, again. Elgin's still fairly young baseball team. Got 3 seniors listed. 2 that are everyday starters. Trace and Grady. 2 hard to replace, but got a lot of good players coming back next year as well. Able to get over the hump yesterday. Like I said, been in the state tournament now 3 years in a row. Exited after the first day in 23 and 24, but yesterday able to get over that hump and win that first game. And here in the semifinals today, with a full count to Lucas Young. Down 2-0 though in the second inning. A lot of baseball left to be played though. Here's the windup, the pitch, full count. Strike to Lucas. So sides retired there, 1-2-3 inning. We're going to take a quick commercial. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Sorry, we have no commercials. I'm running with a Carl Albert computer, so I'm not sure you guys want to see any Oklahoma City commercials. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Elgin Owl Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
call what the coach gives me. Yeah, he usually gives me, like, they'll give me, like, a printout like this.
All right, well, we're back here in the top of the third inning. Jackson Sutherland still on the mound for
Now batting number 21, Weston Randolph.
strike right on in there to Jackson's counterpart, pitcher Weston Randolph, currently up to bat. Quickly out to an 0-2 count against the pitcher. Kind of changing up his stance a little, crouching down a little bit more. Just a little bit outside there with the kind of slider curveball type. 1-2, here we go. Hit to shortstop. Good play by Mason Thornton. High throw. Lucas was able to get his glove on it, but not able to hold on to it and gets down in the first. Yeah, good play by Mason right there. Fielding it, but the throw was a little bit high. Lucas was able to get up, but unable to hold on to the ball.
Know there are Chick-fil-A sandwiches in the concession stand.
Jesus Chicken in the concession stand just announced. So runner on first, no outs here. Top of the third. Elgin down 2-0. Squares around the bunt. This is first baseman Colton Williams, now up to bat. Squares around again, a little bit outside. Tried to make an attempt at it, but bunted it fouled on the first base line. Brings up a 1-1 count. One count. No outs here at the top of the third. Sophomore Jackson Sutherland gets another strike in there. Colton Williams made an attempt at that one. So for the second strike, 1-2 count. Strikeout. Jackson's looks like seventh strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeout of the night, of the morning, I guess you could say. A little bit early of a start, obviously, today here at 11 o'clock a.m. Durant and Duncan to follow. We'll play the winner of this game tomorrow for the state championship. Runners going to second. Throw down to second. Brody got him after tried to kind of flip the slide a little and put his hand over it, but Brody did a good job of keeping the tag on him. Good throw by Grady right there to get the out for the second out of the inning. That one's hit deep to left. Kaysen it's over the fence. Yeah, just kind of got it up in a little bit of a, didn't look like he hit all of it, but wind is blowing out a little bit to left field and got it up in the air, and Kaysen just ran out of room back there. So, a little celebration there by the Noble Bears. Makes it 3-0 for Noble. Like I said, looking back at it, it was a great throw out there by Grady because that would have been another run. But still 3-0 now. Top of the third. There's a lot of baseball left to be played. Elgin still has 5 at-bats. Scored 10 runs yesterday. But here's the pitch. That one is swung and hit to left field. Looks like Ritson's going to call off little brother. That might be talked about at Thanksgiving dinner. But for the third out of the inning, Noble's up 3-0 now, headed to the bottom of the third. You're watching Elgin Isle Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Now batting number 7, Jackson Sutherland.
Now we're back here in the bottom of the third inning. Jackson Sutherland heading up to plate. Weston Randolph still on the mound, doing a good job for the Noble Bears. A little low right there. Jackson Sutherland, only a sophomore. Curve on, a little bit out in front for Jackson. 1-1 count. Like I said, early start, kind of a, and then Noble jumps up. But like I said, Elgin's crowd right now is a little on their hands, so hopefully we can get some momentum going this inning and get those raucous Elgin Iowa fans excited. A little up and out maybe. 2-1. Jackson back in the box. 2-1 count, no outs. Outside. 3-1 right here. Jackson Sutherland looking for a ball that he can drive right here. Don't want to swing in anything crazy. Here comes the pitch. Kind of on his hands a little, fouled. Almost. Good job by the catcher trying to get over there, but kind of ran a little bit out of room and into the net. Right there in front of some of the Elgin faithful. Looks like Jen Meyer down there. There goes Mike. Mike's telling the ladies what they need to do with that play next. Full count here. Down. Jackson Sutherland draws the walk. Kaysen Meyer up to bat. I'm going to have a courtesy run here for Jackson. Looks like that's number 15, Luke Williams, the sophomore. Kaysen stepping up to plate. Look for something kind of right here. Whether Kaysen a little hit and run or maybe a bunt and run or something right here. Said Kaysen handles the bat pretty well. Saw him get, kind of like him in that 9 spot, kind of a extra lead off with Mason Thornton waiting on deck. So Kaysen squares the bunt, but a little bit up, so pulls the bat back, 1-0. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 3-0 Noble, 2 runs in the 1st inning, then 3rd inning home run, makes it 3-0. Elgin really hasn't had much on the base path so far today. We got a runner on here. Kaysen squares the bunt again, kind of chops at it and unable to get it in fair territory, so brings the count even, 1-1. Come on, Kaysen. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Kaysen gets that one down the first base side. Pitcher was able to tag Kaysen, get the first out in the inning, but moves Jackson Sutherland up to second with the top of the order coming up with Mason Thornton. Good job by Kaysen there, moving the runner up. So 1 out, runner on second. See if Mason can get him in from second base, shortstop. Junior came into the state tournament hitting .372, leading the team at 27 steals as well, coming into today. Going to square the bunt, but pulls it back. If he can get it down to the third base side, third baseman's kind of playing a little bit deep. If he can push bunt that way, might have a chance to beat it out. Inside there. That brings the count to 2-0. Count right here. See if Mason can work this count a little. Weston Randolph, first time through the order, pretty good. Kicks and fires, though, right there down the middle, strike one. 2-1 count. Like I said, quick work through the order the first time, but sometimes seeing a guy the second time. All right, here's the pitch. Bunts it right to the pitcher. Gets the runner over to third, though. Wanted to probably angle that one a little bit more towards third base, but got it right back to the pitcher, so easy play right there for Mr. Randolph to throw it over. Brings up Brody Morrison. See if Brody can get a big 2-out hit right here and drive this runner in from third. Randolph back into the windup here. Brody steps in. Here's the pitch. Good job by the catcher right there getting in front of that one and not letting that one get to the backstop. Kind of a curveball. Brody, first at bat, got hit. Here's a pitch outside. 2-0. Brody Morrison, sports star for the Elgin Owls. Leading receiver. State championship football team. And then there goes but that is going to be foul. Crushed down the left field line, over the fence, but slightly foul. And then Brody did a great job also as a starter on the basketball team as well. Brody only a junior. 351 4 home runs and 25 RBIs coming into the state tournament. 2-1 count. Hit him again. So Brody's second hit by pitch of the game brings up Big Ritzenmeyer with an opportunity to get the Owls on the board. Just need a base hit right here, Ritzen. Brody's kind of walking that one off. Got him kind of right between the shoulder blades, it seems like. So, Ritzenmeyer up to plate now with 2 runners on, runner on first and third. Hit him back, kind of first to third move right, third to first move right there. Ritzen first at bat lined out to the left fielder. Brody, ball gets away, goes into the dugout, so that's going to move. It's going to score Elgin's first run, and Brody's going to move up to second or third. It's going to get Brody to third. Yeah, that's been Elgin's biggest play so far the last 2 days. I mean, every time they try and pick him off over there at first base, it seems like we get to move up pretty good. But that gets Elgin on the board. So that gets Elgin on the board. 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. See if Ritzen can get a base hit right here and get us back within 1. So somebody from the yeah, that was kind of a quick toss there for a fan, but yeah. Yeah, that was that's a so one of our fans is getting escorted out, unfortunately. I think it was a little bit quick of a thin skin there, but it is what it is. Umpires are the ones that control the ballpark, so unfortunately he'll have to watch the rest of this one from in the stands. So back to the action on the field, 3-1. Elgin able to get on the board with the errant throw there. Makes it 3-1. Elgin kind of a change up right there to Ritzen. 0-1. Hit Ritzen as well. So that's going to get first and second now with 2 outs. Grady Thomas going to head up to the plate. With that, though, it also kind of inspired and worked up some of the Elgin faithful. So looks like their coach is going to head out and talk to Mr. Randolph. So we'll take a quick break with them. You're watching Elgin Hall Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, so we're back here in action. We got Brody at second, Ritson at first. Grady Thomas up with 2 outs. See if Grady can get a big 2-out hit right here. Senior. Strike. Like we said earlier, Grady heading to Northwestern, one of the seniors. Played baseball. Here's the pitch. Swung. That's going to get down, I think. It's going to score Brody from second. Great job right there. Base runner by Brody. Good job by Grady getting the ball out to the outfield and getting a little bloop single right there. Moves up Ritson to second. Gets them within 1. 3-2 now. Elgin. Noble still up 3-2. Sorry. Bottom of the third. Elgin has a little bit of life. Still runners on first and second. Now up Cade Hillary. Ball inside, 1-0 count. Junior Cade Hillary having a great year so far. See if he can add to that right here with a big hit in the state semifinals right here. Anything to the outfield more than likely. Ritson with his speed will score from second. Ritson's got a decent lead out there at second. Not really holding Grady on at first, so he's got a decent lead over at first too. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. 2-1. See if Cade can drive one in the right center field, left center field gap. And get some runs right here. 3-2 Noble. Bottom of third. Kind of chopped there on the curveball. Good play over there by Trace. In foul territory. Ritson out there kind of playing a little. Cade. Deuce is wild right here. Ritson's making sure they know where he's at. Cade Hillary, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swung to left field. No. Catch out there made by the left fielder, Dawson Davis. But Elgin's able to get on the board with 2 runs in the bottom of the third. Makes it 3-2. Noble's still up, but we're headed to the top of the 4th inning. You're watching Elgin Owl Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And we're back here heading into the top of the fourth inning. Elgin able to scratch some runs on the board right there in the bottom of the third. Gets ever so close to Noble with still up 3-2.
Number 23, Hayden Clement.
Now up to bat, Hayden Clement for the Noble Bears, second baseman. Hey. 1-1 count right here. Jackson's looking to hold them right here after getting a little bit closer there in the bottom of the third. Elgin fans are coming to life a little. Still 4 more at-bats for line to shortstop, and Mason Thornton does a good job of getting over there to his left and making a little bit of a leaping play. First out of the inning. Brings up Dirks.
Number 10, Dirks
Wint. Sutherland Jackson with the strike right there. That's the foul ball. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. A little bit low, I guess. 1-1. Swing and a miss right there. 1-2, Jackson Sutherland. Jackson really settled down after that first inning. Obviously gave up the home run, though, in the third. But since the first inning, has really settled down and kind of pitched the way we're used to seeing him pitch. 2-2 count right here. There's the pitch. Hey! Guess that was low. Full count. Whew! In the windup, here's the pitch. Strike 3. Curveball right there. Found the plate. Jackson's 7th strikeout. I believe. I'm keeping up with it as best I can with everything else that's going on up here. Trying to run the solo production for the first time ever. Striking the outside corner right there. Seth Wilson, 9-hole hitter. Wind in the pitch. A little bit outside that time by Jackson. 1-1 count. Here's the windup and the pitch. Bunt. He went. 2-1. Looks like he made an attempt at it, but harder for me to see up here than it is for those guys on the field, I would assume. So 2-1 count right here. Here's the windup and the pitch. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. Blew that fastball right by him. Kind of his strikeout pitch lately. He's kind of been that kind of slider, curve, slurve. So let's see what he comes to right here. Yep, there he goes. Strikeout. Looking again. Should be Jackson's 8th strikeout of the game. Momentum right now kind of favoring Elgin with the way that they played the last 2 innings. So let's see if we can get some more runs on the board. You're watching Elgin Isle Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Ball outside. Trace Laura now up, leading off the bottom of the fourth. Ball outside right there. (2-0).
No, somebody was asking me what pitcher it was.
Ground ball right through the third and shortstop hole. Trace with the leadoff single. Brings up Lucas Young. Trace doing a good job so far in this state tournament. Had a couple hits yesterday as well.
Now batting number 19, Lucas Young.
Trace doesn't want his high school career to end today. So doing everything in his power, although relegated to just DH in this week. Let's keep the Owls alive. Trace had the NOC next year to play baseball. Lucas Young now up to bat. Strike in the outside corner, 0-1. Elgin faithful didn't like that one too much. Lucas looking down to Coach Levi Garrett with the signals. Trace. There we go. Another hit batsman. Good job by Lucas sticking in there. Brings up Jackson Sutherland and see if Jackson can help himself out right here. Runners on first and second, no outs. Jackson may be called up there to maybe put the bunt down and get these guys moved over to the scoring position, but let's see what Coach Garrett comes up with here. First and second, no outs. Elgin's probably biggest threat of the game so far. As you can see, we're here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Noble up 3-2. Noble took the lead early in the first inning, 2-0. Then had a home run in the top of the third. Elgin was able to get 2 runs in the bottom of the third. Jackson squares around a bunt, puts it right out in front of the pitcher. Does a good job of getting it over to first base. But Jackson does his job and moves the runners up to second and third with Kaysen Meyer headed up to bat. See if Kaysen can get a big 1-out hit right here and get these 2 runs in. Noble has moved the infield in, so a little bit of extra room for Kaysen to maybe get a ball through the infield. Kaysen Meyer, the younger brother of Ritson Meyer, sophomore. Up high. Kaysen also part of that wrestling team and one of the receivers. Had a great sophomore season on the football field as well. Big contributor to that state title football team. 1-0 count right here to Kaysen. Pitch. Kaysen with a base hit it into left center field. That's going to score 2. Hopefully. Here comes the throw. Lucas Young gets in there. Good job by Kaysen right there. RBI, 2 RBI single. Gets the lead for Elgin 4-3. Great job of hitting right there. Went with the pitch right over the shortstop's head, who was in. Able to get it enough in the gap to get Lucas home from second. Owls with their first lead of the day, now up 4-3 in the bottom of the fourth. Mason Thornton now up to bat. Trying to kind of drag bunt right there, but went foul. Mason, a junior. See what Mason can do right here. Still 1 out. Top of the order. This is going to be Mason's third time. It's going to be the third time through the order. Have seen a lot of pitches from Mr. Randolph. Here's the pitch. Kind of up. So 1-1 count. Mason Thornton came into the state tournament hitting .372. Here's the pitch. Little hit and run. Casey Meyer broke it up at second base. Mason was able to beat it out, though, at first, so we got a runner. Going to check the shortstop. Casey did a good job of breaking up the two. Give him a few minutes here. Noble coach out there asking for an explanation why maybe no runner interference or whatnot. But second base umpires not having any of it. So Brody up to bat now. Brody Morrison been hit twice so far tonight. I would assume this time wants to try and get the bat on the ball. Had a big triple yesterday in yesterday's win. His triple, the game was tied 3-3 at the time, and his triple scored Mason from third, makes it 4-3. So here comes Brody. Had Mason leaning a little, but still able to get under the tag there. Brody, last at bat, did hit a pretty good one down the left field line out of here, but just foul. So let's see if he can do that again. Here's the pitch. Foul down the left, kind of third base line. 0-1. Junior Brody Morrison. The ever so dangerous Ritson Meyer on deck. All right, here we go, 4-3. Elgin was able to take the lead. Mason gets back. Big 2 RBI single by Casey Meyer. Wind up in the pitch. High fly ball. Ball's on the ground. Third baseman unable to catch it. Brody and Mason move up. Mason's now at third, Brody at second. Said that ball was hit mile high. And third baseman got under it, but wind played a little bit of heck on it and wasn't able to come down with it. So brings up Ritson Meyer here with a chance to add to this already 4-3 lead.
Now batting number 11, Ritson Meyer.
First at bat, Ritson lined out to left. Second at bat got hit. So let's see what he does for his third at bat. Got a first base open, so let's see what they decide to do here. In the windup, here's the pitch. A little low. Stay within yourself, Ritson. All we need is a hit here. See if he can gets one to the gap or gets one in the outfield. Probably scores 2 with Brody Speed at second. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-0. Ritson's looking for one spot and one spot only right here, something he can drive. Here we go. 2-0. Here's the pitch. 3-0. I think they might take their chances here with Grady. Let's see what does. Yeah, kind of an unintentional, intentional walk right there, but loads the bases up for Grady Thomas. See if the senior can come through big here in the bottom of the fourth. Elgin up 4-3. Grady Thomas looking to get something to the outfield. All right, bases loaded. Grady on the outside corner there, 1-0, 1-0-1. Wind up in the pitch. Grady! Just a foul. not by much. Drilled that one kind of past the third baseman, but just foul. That would have scored at least 2. With the pitcher winding up, Ritson and Brody are able to get off pretty good. So 0-2 count here to Grady. Fly ball to center field. Center fielder's under it with the catch. And that's going to do it for the Owls here in the 4th. But Elgin's able to take the lead, now leading 4-3, heading into the top of the 5th with a Kason Meyer 2 RBI single. Owls take the lead. You're watching Elgin Owl Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, we're back here, headed into the top of the 5th inning. Jackson Sutherland still on the mound. Bottom of the 4th inning, the Owls were able to take the lead on a 2 RBI Kason Meyer single.
Now batting, top of the 5th, number 6, Bryson Carey.
So 4-3 here. But Noble's got back at the top of the order with Bryson Carey, who's had a great job, has done a great job already today, getting on base twice. And here comes Jackson Sutherland to make it a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. Two 2-1 count right here. Down again, 3-1. Yeah, Jackson needs to fight back right here. It's not one he wants to get on base. Kind of a havoc. There's a drive to center field. Looks like Ritson's going to be under that one, though, for the first out of the inning.
Number 9, Trent Shorts.
Brings up Trent Shorts, the third baseman. One 1-0 count here. 1-0 right there. That slider gets in there for strike one. 1-1 count. Here we go. 1-2. Fastball in the outside corner. 1-2 heading here in the top of the fifth. Elgin up 4-3. Little bit low. Jackson wants another ball. Doesn't like that one. Whew. That one went about 57 feet. Not quite the 60 feet, 6 inches it should have. So, full count here. If Jackson can get a good job of hanging in there right there. So, Shorts does a good job of kind of choking up on that bat with 2 strikes. Just tries to put something in play, protect the plate. Following this game will be Durant Duncan. Hey, just outside. Looked like that one was a pretty good one there. Pryor and Duncan, you're right. Saw the Durant van over there. So okay. They got Durant. Duncan beat Durant last night in that final one. So Pryor and Duncan will play tonight. Well, not tonight, but this afternoon. This game was scheduled for 1:30, but if it's anything like yesterday, it'll probably be 2:30 or 3. Pryor able to take care of two-time defending state champ Carl Albert in 10 innings last night. And then Duncan took care of Durant. Noble handled Claremore in the first game of the quadruple header yesterday. And as everybody knows from Elgin, Elgin took care of business against Bishop Kelly. Winner of this game obviously moves on to the state championship, which will be played tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. at the Drillers Ballpark there in Tulsa. Swing. Umpire said he went around, so makes it a 1-2 count here with 1 out. Hey, how you like that? How you like that? Didn't even change shirts. But here we go. 1-2. Fouled back. Weston Randolph, the pitcher, is able to stick in there. 2 strike. Runner on first. 1 out. 1-2 count. A little bit outside. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Outside. Brings it to count 3-2. This would be a big, big pitch right here. We'll keep this where they're at, not give any extra base runners. Roped out there, the right field. Cade does a good job of getting the ball in and keeping that runner on second base. So runners on first and second with 1 out. Colton Williams coming to the plate, cleanup hitter. Got some traffic on the bases right here. You got first and second with 1 out. Here's the wind-up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 right there. Flew the fastball right by him. Jackson Sutherland from the stretch with a runner on first and second. There comes the pitch. Right to second base. Let's see if we can turn 2 right here. Flip to Mason. On to first for the double play. Great job by Brody and Mason right there getting the double play. Big, big momentum play right there for the Owls. Moving on into the bottom of the 5th inning. Owls up 4-3. You're watching Elgin Isle Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're back in Sapulpa. Headed into the bottom of the fifth inning. Elgin up 4-3 over the Noble Bears. This inning due up Cade Hillary, Trace, Laura, and Lucas Young. See if we can get some insurance runs here. Said it's been a good game up to this point. Elgin's had 2 runs in the last 2 innings. Scored 2 in the third and then 2 in the fourth on the big two RBI single by Kason Meyer to get Elgin on top 4-3. Here comes Cade Hillary, swing and a miss, so 1. A little bit outside there, 0-2. 1-1, sorry about that. Cade Hillary a mile high in the air. Shortstop's out, center fielder's out. Oh, kind of snowballed that one there. Ice cream coned it a little, but able to catch it for the first out of the inning.
Number 12, Trace Laura.
Trace had a single last time between the shortstop and third baseman. See what he does this time. Big senior. The last remaining Laura brother. It seems like they've been around Elgin for a long time. Principal Curtis Laura, high school principal Curtis Laura's dad as well. Ex-football coach. There you go, same spot, same result. Shortstop was able to get a glove on that one, but not able to throw. Didn't even draw the throw, actually. So Trace with his second hit of the day.
Lucas Young.
Like I said, Trace does not want his baseball career or Elgin Owl career to end here today. Wants to play again tomorrow. Haven't heard exactly how they're going to work out graduation, him and Grady and Keaton Lewis, but they'll cross that bridge when they have to. Lucas Young. Ball to left field, just right to the left fielder, though. Camps under it and catches it for the second out of the inning and brings up Jackson Sutherland.
That brings number 7, Jackson Sutherland, to the plate.
Looks like Cade Hillary is down there in the bullpen warming up. Not sure if he'll come in to start the sixth, but more than likely just starting to get ready for him to potentially close this one out maybe. Came in yesterday and closed out the game for Ritson. Ball one outside the Jackson. Jackson with the sacrifice bunt last time to get runners to second and third. And Kaysen came through with the big RBI single. 2 RBI single. 1-0 inside, 2-0. Jackson only a sophomore. Had a really good freshman year last year. Also a great sophomore year. So looking forward to him the next couple of years and see how he grows and matures. Pick off over there to first. Not able to get Trace. Trace bouncing around out there. So 2-0 to Jackson. Looking for something to drive here. Oh, not where he wanted to swing. Ball was in the dirt, but 2-1. Got in there. Not a bad little slider slash slurve right there. Jackson now deuces wild. 2-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. It's going to put the Owls out for the inning. So heading into the 6th inning, Owls up 4-3. You're watching Elgin Owl Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, we're back to Sapulpa here in the top of the 6th inning. Owls up 4-3. Shortstop Jackson Steely up to bat. Jackson Sutherland still on the mound for the Owls. After a little bit of a rough first inning, has settled down and done a good job throughout the rest of the game. Kind of a slurve right there. Doesn't get over the inside corner, so here's the pitch. Fouled back. Here's the pitch. Right up the middle. Let's see if Mason can get there. Got it. Oh! Wasn't able to finish the throw. Guess the ball must have bounced into the dugout. So he's being awarded second. Bounced off of something there and got directly. Mason did a great job of getting to that. Mason did a great job of getting to that ball and tried to spin and throw, but throw was a little wide. Lucas not able to block it, and it must have went into the dugout or something there. So he got awarded second base. So brings up the catcher, Liam Patrick. Runner on second with no outs. Lucas playing tight at first base. Swings away, fouls that one off. Jackson now up on the count, 0-1. Four to 3 here in the top of the sixth. Here's the pitch. Little in. Good job by Grady blocking that one. Here's the pitch. Through to right field. Going to stop the runner at third. That is kind of a hard hit ground ball through the right side of the infield and gets runners on first and third with no outs. So the Bears are threatening to at least tie. Got a courtesy runner here for the catcher. Got time right here. Looks like Levi's coming to have a conversation. Go over some bunt defense maybe and check and see what's going on with Jackson. Yeah, so one first and third, no outs here at the top of the sixth inning. Bears are threatening here. See if Jackson can do something to get out of this trouble. Let's see what Levi decides to do with the defense. Maybe play back at short and second and try and hope for the double play. Trade the 2 outs for the 1 run. Play in the infield, but let's see what Levi decides to come up with. Yeah, it looks like Mason and Brody are kind of playing in double play depth to try and maybe turn it, and they'll trade a run for the 2 outs. Lucas is holding on the runner at first, and Caden's about even with third. Caden will probably check the runner. Pick off attempt there, maybe seeing if Clement was going to try and tip his hat there with bunt, but nothing happening. Jackson in the stretch, steps off. All right, back on the rubber here. A little bit low. Ball 1. Little up. Little warm today. But great overall weather. 2-0 count right here. Ball got behind Grady, and runners move up to second and third with no outs. I think that's going to do it. Looks like they're going to bring in Cade Hillary from right field. Looks like Caden's going to move to right field, and Jackson will probably move on over to third. So, good job by Jackson. Said 5 innings of work. Like I said, after the first inning, kind of settled down. But like I said, with the heat and the amount of pitches he's thrown, time to move on to Cade. Cade comes in with a 3-0 count, unfortunately. But Cade Hillary going to step in. We're going to take a quick break. When we take breaks and you see that static game day sign, I'm He said, unfortunately, having the Carl Albert computer today, don't really have any of our local commercials. If we did, you'd probably hear, come on down to Vincent Sailor State Farm. So when we have that static screen, know we're at a commercial break, and we'll be back shortly for the live action. So we're going to take a quick break while Cade is warming up, and we'll be right back. You're watching Elgin Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're back here in Sapulpa. Runners on second and third. Cade Hillary in the pitch. Cade inherited the batter at the plate with the 3-0 count, so Cade's going to work from the windup here. Came in and got the line drive double play to finish the game yesterday. But pumps a strike in there right away to Hayden Clement. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Full count here. Good job by Cade pumping in some strikes there, making this an interesting at-bat. Thanks for watching the Oklahoma Sports Network, where sports is our middle name. Here's the pitch. Good job of protecting the plate right there. Kind of fouling that one off to the first base side. 3-2 count. And the windup. Strike him out. Great job by Cade right there. Coming in with the 3-0 count and pumping 4 straight strikes in there after the foul ball, was able to strike him out. Wind up in the pitch. Strike on the outside corner from Cade Hillary. That's going to be a fly ball to right field, probably deep enough. Let's see. Caden with the throw. Yeah, it's going to tie the ball game with a sacrifice fly to right field. Not much Caden could do with that one. Did a good job of catching it and getting it in, but the game is now tied 4-4 here in the top of the 6th.
Number 2, Seth Wilson.
Two outs. Go ahead and run is 90 feet away with Cade still working out of the windup with a runner on third base. Seth Wilson, the 9-hole hitter up. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Kason Meyer will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Elgin Owls. Trying to bunt. Oh, what a great bunt. Let it. Yes, foul ball. Great job by Cade letting that one roll foul and picked it up as soon as it did. Absolutely great bunt, but just rolled foul. Yeah, smart by Cade and Jackson over there on that third base side. I mean, if they pick it up, they don't have a play at first base, and that runner does score. So all that means was it was a strike. So 1-2, 2 outs. Cade Hillary with the windup and the pitch. Hey! Where was that? Don't like to talk bad about the umpires usually, but that one, Grady's glove did not move. So 2-2 count here, 2 outs. Popped up. The ball drops. Brody Morrison unable to get it. The go-ahead run scores and gets all the way to third on the misplayed pop-up. It's going to take Noble's going to take the lead 5-4.
Number 6, Bryson Carey.
The wind is playing a little bit of a factor in this game, and the ball, when that ball was hit so high and just kind of hung up. Lucas tried to get underneath it, then Brody called him off, and ultimately the ball fell to the ground. Good job of base running there by Seth Wilson and not slowing down, and was able to get all the way to third on the misplay. So, Cade with a little bit of a slurve right there, not able to get it down the plate. So, 1-0 count right here. Still 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Good job by Grady right there with the backhand dig. 2-0 here. Gosh. Not the way you want to lose the lead there. But here's the pitch. Now it's 3-0. Cade kind of came in there and started pounding the strike zone, but now kind of fell behind. Leadoff hitter, Bryson Carey. Strike down the middle. 3-1. Cade with the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good job by Cade coming back after a 3-0 count. Now got it 3-2 here. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Heading into the bottom of the 6th. Kason Meyer will lead off. Roll it over to Mason Thornton. There's a swing, kind of off the handle. Brody Morrison gets under that one for the 3rd out of the inning. But damage has been done. Noble takes the lead back, 5-4, headed into the bottom of the 6th. All right, we're back here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kason Meyer, 9-hole hitter up to bat. Last at bat had the 2 RBI single. That one's got a chance. That one's got a chance. It's out of here. Kason Meyer with the solo home run to lead off the 6th inning. Ties the game up 5-5. Huge hit right there by Kason Meyer. Woo! Boom! Huge hit right there by Kason Meyer. Ties this one up at 5. Now at the bat, Mason Thornton. Meyer boys always have a flair for the dramatic. Ball's a little up. Looks like we got a new pitcher in here, too. Number 22. Jackson Steely moves from shortstop. Mason Randolph moved to shortstop. Steely in the pitch. I think he might have pitched last inning, too. So 2-0 count right here to Mason Thornton, leadoff hitter. Right there in the outside corner, 2-1. That awakened the sleeping Elgin Owl fans. Kason Meyer with the huge game so far. Sophomore. Here comes Mason Thornton. Full count. Ball in. Mason draws the walk. Gonna get Brody Morrison up to the plate right here. Brody's been hit a couple times today. Likely wanting to make up for that misplay in the field. Brody has some pop, too, or earlier in the game. Hit a long foul ball home run, but knotted at 5 here with no outs here in the top of the 6th. Ritson Meyer waiting on deck. Ritson's probably over there thinking what little brother can do. Maybe I can do a little bit better. Hit and run right there. Back! Hit and run right there, and Mason slid into second. Didn't catch the ball when the ball was hit. But luckily able to scamper back to first base. So 1 out here in the top of the 6th, bottom of the 6th, sorry. Ritson Meyer now up to bat.
Now batting number 11, Ritson Meyer.
Seeing if he can get one to the gap here. Ritson was hit, I believe, balked his last time, was hit earlier in the game, and then line drive. Ball's down. Had that line drive. So he's hitless on the day, but only 0 for 1. But hit by pitch and a walk as well. Yesterday had a big 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th. There goes Mason. He's safe, gets in there. Gets a runner in scoring position. 2-0 count right here for Ritson. Ritson's looking for one spot only, something he can drive in the inner half. See if we can take the lead back from the Bears. Been a great game back and forth. See if Ritson can do something right here. 2-0 count. Catcher setting up outside. Here's the pitch. Way out there. Being careful. Last couple of at-bats have been very, very careful with Ritson. A lot of slow stuff. A lot of stuff low and away. Don't want to kind of get into his wheelhouse. 3-0 count. Don't think he'd have the green light, but you just never know. Here's the windup and the pitch. Curveball in. Ritson's thinking right now. Ritson steps out. Runner on second. 1 out, 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Putting Grady Thomas in there again with an opportunity for the senior to get the lead here for the Owls. Grady Thomas done a great job both games behind the plate. See if he can get an RBI right here on this one. Wind up from the stretch, and here's the pitch. Grady, ball gets away. Mason moved up to third. Great job of base running right there by Mason. Grady squared the bunt, pulled back, and Mason did a good job of reading the ball in the dirt and taking that extra 90 feet. So, game leading run at third base. Ritson at second base. Infield in. Ritson will be able to get off of second base pretty good. So anything hit to the outfield, probably going to score him as well. Here's the pitch. Grady, kind of the swinging bunt, but it's going to hey! That rolled. That was close. With the spin, it kind of started spinning back towards the line, and it was real close there. But again, just like that bunt last inning, all it is a strike now. 1-1 count. They're going to walk Grady to force. Going to allow Cade Hillary to come up. Bases loaded, maybe try and get the double play here. 1-1 count. Looked at the way that the infield was playing, decided to move Grady, walk Grady, see if they can get a double play up the middle. See if Cade can make them answer for that. Ball was in the dirt. Didn't really, kind of an excuse me swing. 0-1 count. Ball down. 1-1 count. Cade Hillary has done a great job this year. Really came into his own, came into the state tournament, hitting .355. Swung. Okay. 1-2 right here. One out. Bottom of the sixth. 5-5 tied score. See if Cade can get this runner in from third. Here's the pitch. A little outside, 2-2. Nowhere to put him. 2-2 count. Here's Steely. Way outside, 3-2. Cade's got to be smart here. Obviously want to protect the 2 strikes, but anything out of the zone, nowhere to put you, and you can take the lead right here with a walk. In the stretch. Here, back. No. Here we go, Cade. Pick off attempt there at third. Unsuccessful. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Chop foul. Cade does a good job of staying alive right there. Cade came in kind of a sticky situation in the top of the sixth, but did a good job of getting out of it, only giving up a small amount of runs. And now we're tied here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch. Fair ball. Not in time, so able to get the out at first. But Thornton comes in to score. Makes it 6-5, Elgin. Brings up Trace Laura, the other senior. Great job of Cade getting the ball in play. First baseman had a chance but kind of bobbled it, and with that bobble, unable to get Mason at home. So takes the lead, 6-5. See if Trace. All right, now he's going back to the stretch. Was thinking about Trace done a good job tonight. Two hits to the left side of the infield. One right here would give another little cushion run. Here's the pitch. One 0 count to Trace right here. Here's the pitch. Yeah. Trace didn't like that one, but the umpire did, so that's all that matters. 1-1 count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Not a great swing right there by Trace, but still 1-2 count right here. Here's the pitch. 2-2 here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trace Laura wanting to continue his Elgin Owl career tomorrow. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Trace, chopper to short, long throw. Save! Save! Trace legged out. Shortstop kind of took his time throwing it over there, a couple of extra pats, and Trace was able to beat it out, and Ritson gets in for the 7th run. Gets the Owls up 7-5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lucas Young now up to bat. Let's see what Trace decides to do right here. Trace is kind of a little bit of an actor, and see maybe if we try and get an extra run. Yep. No, okay. It's kind of a delayed steal right there. Still threw it down, but unable to. So 7-5. Runners on second and third right here for Lucas Young. Ball was a strike. So 0-1 count here to Lucas. Here's the pitch down. Grady Thomas at third. Trace Laura at second. Owls up 7-5. Cade Hillary probably headed out to the mound for the top of the 7th. Strike on the outside corner. Trace is trying to get Lucas's attention out there. Here's the wind up and the pitch. It got Lucas. No. 2-2 here. All right, here's the windup. Safe! Safe! No! Balk! They're going to call a balk. They're going to call a balk. They called a balk. So he's safe. So there's going to be a balk right there. So that's going to move. Grady's going to get the scoring run. Trace moves up to third. No pitch on the play. No way you can overturn it. The umpire did call him out at home. Like I said, it looked like he slid under there. But there's going to be a ball call. So call's going to stand. Going to give the Owls another insurance run. Makes it 8-5. Lucas Young now. Huge 4 spot here in the bottom of the 6th for the Owls. All started with Kason Myers. Huge home run. Wow, what a turn of events here in the bottom of the 6th. Said Kason Myers leads off to tie the thing up with a huge home run. And then we kind of manufactured some runs from there. Owls take the lead 8-5. Lucas Young still up to bat. Trace at third. Owls are potentially 3 outs away from headed to the state championship in baseball. All right, so there's a runner on third. Deuce is wild up there, 2-2, 2 outs. Lucas Young still at the plate. High pop up. Let's see. Short center fielder's under it. That's going to end. That's going to end the 6th. But the Owls, with a huge 4 spot right there in the bottom of the 6th, take an 8-5 lead, heading into the top of the 7th. The Owls are just 3 outs away from a potential berth in the state title game. Pryor and Duncan play about 45 minutes or so after we are over to see who moves on from that game into the state finals. Tomorrow's game will be brought to you by the NHFS. We will not have a broadcast of it. I apologize. That's for those who were sticking around for football, understood. Better than watching me all game, I guess, like you had to during football season. But, yes, NHFS will bring it, the game to you. A lot of people I know have ordered that since we had to do it during the football season as well. I think Game Changer will still be there as well. But tomorrow the game will be played at 10:30 in Tulsa at the Tulsa Drillers Stadium. But got to get 3 outs first if you're an Elgin Owl, if you're wanting to move on to that game. Top of the 7th. Looks like Trent Short.
Number 9, Trent Short.
Kay did a good job last inning coming in and pumping strikes. We don't want any extra base runners this inning. There's the strike. One. 2-1. up a little, 3-1. Said last thing you want to do is give any free runners here. Try and pump this one right down the middle. Here's Cade on the windup. There's a foul ball. Is Lucas going to have a chance? Oh, Brady. Gosh. Wind is playing tricks on some of those high fly balls over there. Couldn't get over there, though, to make the catch. So, full count here, no outs. Ball was up a little, I guess. Draws the walk. Checked with the first base umpire, said he did not go around. So, tying run on deck. No outs. Runner on first. Weston Randolph up to bat. There's the strike. Blew that one by him. 0-1.
Is that all the brackets? Yeah. Can I look at that? Yeah. I appreciate that.
1-1 count here. Cade in the stretch. And the pitch. Fouled back, 1-2. 2 strikes now on Weston Randolph. Weston Randolph started the game at pitcher. Here's the pitch. Strikeout! Blew it right by him right there. Cade Hillary with 1 out. Top of the 7th. Colton Williams, first baseman, now up. Big out right there. Colton 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. That one is going to get. He's trying to throw him out at first. Ritson able to get there on that one. Good play out there on the line. Drive looked like it might get down, but Ritson used his athletic ability to get there. So we're 1 out away here.
22, Jackson Steely.
Jackson Steely now up to bat. Started the game at shortstop, finished the game on the mound. Let's see right here. Here's Cade Hillary with the pitch. A little bit up. 1-0. Runner on first. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. High school baseball only plays 7 innings, so there's the hit. Looks like Ritson is under it, and that ends it. Elgin's going to play for the state title tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. at the Tulsa Drillers Stadium there in Tulsa. Great job of fighting back. Player of the game has to be Kason Meyer. Kason Meyer with the huge 2 RBI single to take the lead in the bottom of the 4th. And then in the top of the 6th, after Noble took the lead, comes up with the huge leadoff home run to get the inning started. Able to get the 4 spot at the bottom of the 6th. And then Cade Hillary comes in and does the rest there in the top of the 7th to win the ball game for your Elgin Owls 8-5. For Vincent Saylor as producer, Vincent Saylor as commentator, Vincent Saylor as cameraman, and all the above. Thank you for watching. It's been a great day. Owls are going for another state title. It's been a great year in Elgin athletics and looking to add one more trophy to the trophy case. Join us tomorrow on NHFS to watch the game. Congratulations, Owls. And as always, go Owls. Woo!